Hey guys, it's Robyn, your Scentsy fragrance consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I have got a kind of review video on the new Scentsy fragrance cartridge diffuser. It's also, I've seen it called the Scentsy solo diffuser. So they're kind of, I think, kind of combining the names of Scentsy fragrance cartridge diffuser with the Scentsy solo diffuser. So this is a brand new product, not to be confused with our existing like oil diffusers, because Scentsy does make and have oil diffusers as well, the kind that you add water to the tank and then you add a few drops of an oil and then it mists it into your environment. This is a little different. This is no water involved. This is just a Scentsy cartridge that you put inside the product, and then it kind of puffs out mist every now and then to scent your space. So the idea is that this version is going to be no wicks, no flames, no heat, no residue, no mess, and very easy to set and forget is the idea. Because, I'm filming on my phone, which is a bummer because I can't show you the app because the app is on my phone that I'm filming on. So the app you can download from the App Store on whatever device you're using. Make an account. You will have to make a new account. At least I think you have to make a new account, because I had to make a new account compared to like my regular Scentsy login. So you'll make an account for the app, log in, pair your device to your Wi-Fi, and then once you have paired it to your Wi-Fi, you can then control this thing from anywhere you are. Out of town, wherever you are. If you're at work and you want to set it to come on for when you come home, you can do that. It's kind of handy that way. So you don't have to be near the unit to do it. You don't have to be home even. So once it's paired to the Wi-Fi, it will work as long as it's connected to your Wi-Fi Bluetooth thing. You can control it from anywhere. Kind of like, you know, those smart thermostats, like your Nest thermostat and stuff like that. It's kind of like that. It will also pair to a Google Home. Is it Google Home? Yeah, Google Home or your Alexa if you have those products. I don't have any of that in my house. But if you have either of those, it will connect to those as well. Okay, let's show you the product. This is the box, and it's got the new branding on it, which is pretty. I have been using this for 3 days now, and I've got thoughts. So we are going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Most of it's good, but I do have some caveats here for sure. So here it is. It is much smaller than I expected it to be. I expected it to be about double this size, but next to my head and my hands, here it is. It's like palm sized, very petite. It does have a cord. You can take it wireless if you want to, and it can be used cordless for shorter durations of time. Since I would want to use it more often, I just keep it plugged in. The plug it comes with is a USB-C. Is it USB-C? Yeah. The regular old school style of USB. So that is what you're getting for the plug. So you will have to provide your own USB outlet, whether it's a device that you're plugging it into, or if you have one of those little dongles that plug into your like regular electrical outlet, like a phone charger block, you can use that as well. But you will need something to plug it into the wall with, because this will not obviously go into a wall plug in most cases. So there's the plug. The cord is a nice length. It's 1.5 meters long, which is I think probably like 4.5, 5 feet. It's a good length cord. It's a nice, you know, nice long cord. You could put it fairly far from the wall. So I appreciate that, because so many things now come with like those little like 1 or 2 foot cords, and they're no good for anything. So the nice long cord here I appreciate. Okay, the base here feels like plastic. The shade here is ceramic. So this is breakable potentially, so I would be careful if you're going to travel with this, because this is ceramic. They do sell separate shades if you break yours. Just contact support. And then this piece here is plastic. So yeah, you just kind of put it on here and you want to line the hole up with the little mister thing here. But here's what we do. So the cartridge comes separately. Now with the cartridge, I'll show you, the cartridges come in this packaging. So the one I have in here right now is Luna, which is like a classic scent. And I've been using it in my bedroom for the last few days, and we'll talk about performance here in a minute. But I just want to show you how the cartridges come. So they come as like your bottle of oil. Now this kind of looks like what you would put in a diffuser. This is not for your diffuser, nor can you use your diffuser oils in this. They are totally separate things and different weights of oil and all that stuff. They cannot be used in each other's systems. So just know that. So don't be going putting your essential oils or anything like that in these, because it won't work. With every cartridge you get, you're going to get a new one of these, which is the little base, and has like the little metal diffuser plate for the oil. So you're going to take the cap off this, screw it into here nice and tight, and then you can pop it in. So once you do that, it's gonna look like this. See? Oil. It's pretty simple. You just screw it on and tighten it nicely. And then you just pop it in. And it sort of magnetizes on there. Like, it's not going to stay super firm, but it does kind of magnetize on there. It will fall out if you tip it completely, but it does have a bit of a magnet base there just to hold it in. And then you just pop this on. So super easy to set up. I will say that. Very easy setup, pretty easy. You can use it without the app. If you're a person who doesn't want an app for everything, the buttons are on the back here. There's a power button and a button to change the light and the intensity of the mist. So you can use it without the app if you want to. I like the app. It just makes it easier and you can kind of mess with the settings a bit better. The other thing you can do in the app is you can set a schedule. Now that is where I think this product shines. And that is what I think this product is best for, is for people who only want this on for a few hours a day. You're busy, you work outside the home, you're only going to be home and wanting this on for 3 or 4 hours a day. I think this is your product. This is the one. If you are someone who is home a lot and you want your scent to be you want your home to be scented all the time, I'm not so sure this is going to be the best solution for you compared to wax. And I'll talk about why. Okay, as far as some questions about this unit, I had quite a few questions. The battery life. If you want to take this on the go, again, I would be careful because it is a ceramic lid. But if you want to take this in a camper or out with you or to your work or something like that, you can. If you don't use the light, it will go for 30 hours on low. Now there are 3 settings on this. There's low, medium, and high. We'll talk about what those are good for in a second. If you have it on low, it will go 30 hours without the light. If you have it with the light seems to eat the battery. So if you have it on with the light on low, it will go for 6 hours. So that light seems to really reduce the battery time. So if you're going to take this out and about, my suggestion would be don't use the light if you are. If it's plugged in at your house, like I've been using mine, it doesn't matter. There's no battery involved at that point because you're just using it plugged in. So that's what I've been using it as. Strength. So like I said, there's low, medium, and high. I have not tried high yet. I've used low and medium because I'm using it in my bedroom, which is like a good size bedroom, but it's not, we'll talk about the square footage here. So for low, they're saying that's best for a 400 to 600 square foot space or room. For medium, they're saying 500 to 750 square feet. And for high mist level, they're saying 800 to 1,000 square feet. So this will cover a significant portion. They do say it's best for smaller spaces, but I would say 1,000 square feet, that's not a small room. That is a large room. So it's not going to maybe scent your entire home, but 1,000 square feet is a pretty hefty space. So that's if you have it on the high setting. Now, of course, there's nothing stopping you from using it on high setting in a bedroom, but I would say it's going to blow you out of the room strong if you do that. It is very, very strong. So as for sound, does it make noise? Because the diffusers make kind of like a when they run. Not loud at all and not really noticeable, but the diffusers do make a slight sound and you can hear the water bubbling in them. This unit, it says you can hear a slight noise when the mist spurts out, which is very intermittent. I never heard it. I have not heard it, and it was on my nightstand beside my bed. So again, even in a quiet room, even looking at it to see if I can hear it when it's making the little mist, I really can't hear it. So for me personally, in my experience, I would say it's silent, but they are saying that you can hear it a little bit when the mist comes out. I haven't heard it. So there's that. I've had a few questions about pets, if this is safe for pets. As always, if you have a pet who has particular sensitivities or particular health concerns, talk to your vet. But in general, this is kind of similar to any other fragrance thing. It is safe when used as directed. I would not leave the cartridges, I wouldn't leave these out somewhere where an animal could get to them because you don't want your dog ingesting oils and stuff like that. But if used as directed in a space, it should be safe in general. Okay, the other thing is people are asking how long do these cartridges last? Because the cartridges are not inexpensive. I'll put the pricing here below. I can't remember off the top of my head and I don't have my iPad here to look it up. So I'll put the pricing here as I'm talking. They will be 25% off in club. So you can get them through the website as refills, or if you put them in a Scentsy club, even as a one-time shipment, you can get them 25% off through there. So that is probably what I'll be doing. Right now there are 6 scents available. I believe it's Mystery Man, Luna, Aloe Water and Cucumber, Blue Grotto, Just Breathe, and Provence Lavender. So I think that's the ones available now. They will be adding more as time goes on. I think they said into the new year there'll be more scents coming out. So that's what we got so far. Yeah. Now people are asking, how long do these cartridges last? And the frequently asked questions thing just says kind of it varies. So I have been using Luna so far. I picked up Blue Grotto, which I just showed you. I haven't used this one yet. But I am using Luna in my unit now. That's what I've been using in my bedroom. So Scentsy says it will vary on length of time, but up to a month is what they're saying. And it's going to vary by the scent, because different scents will last different amounts of time, the duration that you're using it for, the frequency that you're using it, and the strength of mist that you have going. So here's what I've done so far. The first night I had it, I did it for 4 hours on low. The next 2 days that I've had it, and it's only been 3 days, the next 2 days that I've had it, I did 12 hours each day on medium. So I did 24 hours total on medium and 4 hours on low. And I'll show you where we're at. I was actually quite surprised by how much it has used, to be honest. So I don't know if you can see, but we're trying to shake it so you can see. We're at half. Let me see. We're at right about there. That's where the line is. So a little over half is how much I've used. And that is with, let's see here, 26 hours on low to medium. Mostly medium, only a few hours on low. So given that using it for like 24 to 26 hours on medium strength, let's just take those 4 hours on low and say it's 2 hours at medium. Let's just pretend that's the case. So if we say I did 24 hours on medium, plus we'll take those 4 hours on low, make them 2 hours at medium. So we say 26 hours on medium. I would expect it to last 50 to 52 hours on medium for the scent Luna. And again, it's going to vary by scent. So 52 hours. That to me is not going to last a month, because someone like myself who uses a lot of fragrance, I like my my house to smell good all the time, not just for 3 hours here and there. I think for me, wax is a better fit. Now that being said, there are times, especially in the spring, summer, where we have soccer or sports or whatever we have going on till 8 p.m. and we don't get home till 8 or 8:30, and I still want my house to smell good, but I'm not going to put a wax bar in at 8:30 at night. It's only going to be out for 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm going to sleep through the rest. So on those days, this is going to be perfect, because I can just program it to come on before we get home. By the time we get home, our house will smell good. I can even do that on my app from the soccer game. Do that, and then when we get home, it's going to smell good. And then I can program it to go off automatically at bedtime, because I don't want to have another thing to turn off. That's why I keep my warmers on 24/7. So with this, I do like that I can set that timer to just have it take care of itself. It's very set it and forget it. That I like. So I think for someone who's a more casual scent user, who just wants their home to smell good for a few hours in the evening, or when they have company coming over, even not all the time, just when you have someone coming over, for those people, the people who just kind of light a candle once in a while, I think this is a very good solution. For folks like myself who like to pick a different scent for every day for the mood, who want their house to smell good all the time. For us, this is going to be a probably more expensive way to do that than wax will be. So I think for me personally, I still prefer wax by far, but I do think this has a very, very specific audience who is going to love this, and that is going to be people who are more casual scent users. It's super handy, super cute, very easy, and I don't think that it's hard to change the scents. Like, you can just pop this out, put this back in the box, and then get another one out. There's no reason you can't just sit this somewhere and let it hang out. So you can change the scents out pretty easily. It's not hard. But yeah, I think the convenience of the scheduling on the app is super helpful. If you're not going to use the app, I think you might be okay to just stick with pods if that's what you're using currently. The app, I think, is what's really convenient here, because it allows you to schedule. It allows you to change the light color, the light brightness. If you don't want it to be super bright, there's a scale to change the brightness. And again, you can pick any color under the rainbow. It's kind of neat that way. As for the mist itself, the mist is like a dry mist. It's not going to leave moisture anywhere, because there's no moisture. It's just kind of like a little puff of like, almost like vape smoke type stuff. Not even smoke. It's just like a mist, a scent of mist. Yeah, that kind of just kind of puffs in, and you can actually see it like disperse upwards into the environment. Like, it doesn't just kind of fall down. Like, I notice when I do diffusers, like oil diffusers, like the water-based ones, you see the mist come up and then it kind of comes back down. This, you kind of see it puff out, and then it just kind of disperses. I will try to make a little video clip of it doing that and insert it here somewhere, because I think it's kind of neat to see how it works. But yeah, there is that. And yeah, it doesn't constantly put out the puffs. It's just like the puffs are intermittent, and the lower the setting is, the less often it does it. So if you have it on low, it's going to puff out less often. If you have it on medium, it's going to puff out more frequently. And on high, of course, more than that. So that is the Scentsy Fragrance Cartridge Diffuser Solo Diffuser. That is that in a nutshell. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've missed. Overall, I think it's a great product. I think it works well. It does what it says it's going to do. It has none of the issues with, cleaning out wax dishes or cleaning out oil diffusers, because you have to clean those out too. This is literally, once the cartridge is finished, you can't refill it, you can't reuse it, you just kind of toss it. I do wish they had a recycling program for that, because I don't love the idea of wasting the plastic and the glass. I wish they were recyclable, but they're not. But it is easy. You just kind of toss the whole thing at the end and then replace it with a new cartridge. So it's easy. I do wish it was recyclable, but it is what it is. Hopefully that's something they introduce in the future. But yeah, overall, I would say this is a good gift or product for somebody who is the type of person who just likes to light a candle once in a while. Maybe once or twice a week you like to put a candle on, or have something in your house smelling nice for company to come over or something like that. If that is the style of warmer you are, this is probably a good answer for you. It's less hustle and hassle than wax. It's less hassle than anything, really. The trade-off is that if you leave it going for long stretches of time, like I would tend to do, you are going to go through those oil cartridges very quickly. And that is going to add up, because the price of them is on the higher side than like something like wax would be. So in that case, I think you're going to get better bang for your buck from wax. And I think for those of us who like to kind of change out our scents every day, wax is probably still the better option. But if you are someone who just likes the idea of just kind of, oh, someone's coming over, I'm going to turn the diffuser on, or, oh, I've had a crummy day at work, I want something nice when I get home, turn your diffuser on before you get home, something like that. Or like I said, how I would use it, if we're having a busy sports night or extracurricular night, not going to be home till late, turn that thing on half an hour before we get home, so that when we get home, things smell nice. That is how I would use this and how I will use this. It's something I will continue to use. I quite like it. I really do. I prefer this to pods. I find the scent stronger, and that is one thing I will say. The scent throw with this is very good. Again, I'm using Luna. Now, Luna in wax tends to be a lighter scent. It's like a light floral, light fruity floral. It's got like jasmine, I think jasmine, berries, freesia, that kind of thing. Again, in my bedroom is a good size. And this was on the far end of the room where my nightstand is. So that's like the opposite side of the room from the door. You could smell it as soon as you got to the door. Like, you could definitely smell Luna in there, even on low, and especially on medium, but you could even smell it on low. So I think what I'll probably do in the future is just use this on low in the bedroom, because I don't think it needs to be medium. Medium was actually very strong. Medium was actually almost too strong for the bedroom. So I think it is pretty good performing. Now, Blue Grotto tends to be a very strong scent in my home. So I'm curious to see how Blue Grotto is going to do in something like the bedroom, because I think it's going to have to be on low. Because Luna, like I said, tends to be a lighter scent, but in this, I would not describe this as a lighter scent with Luna in this. It was a good solid medium. Definitely filled the space and filled it quickly. That is the other thing I kind of liked about this, is they say it's instant scent, and I would agree. As soon as this thing starts puffing out the little mist, it does fill the space quite quickly, and you can smell it immediately. So that I think was really good. So pros, it does what it says it's going to do. It's low hassle, it's easy, set it and forget it. It has the app control if you want to play with the lights and that kind of thing. I think this would make a great gift. The con is that the oil tends to get used up quite quickly if you're going to leave it on for long stretches of time, which I do. So for that reason, I would say this is probably best for someone who's a lower volume scent user, and doesn't use a ton of scent all the time. Like, I used it from like I said, 12 hours a day for a couple days, and that ate through that oil quite quickly. So I would say shorter stretches. I would say probably not for you if you're going to want it more than 3 or 4 hours a day. Then I would stick with wax. If you want it more than 3 or 4 hours a day, I would stick with wax. If you want this for maybe all day Saturday and then once or twice throughout the week in the evenings, yeah, this would be a good solution. But yeah, the nice thing about that is you can schedule it. So you're not likely to leave it on and forget about it. You can set it to turn off whenever you want it to. And you can set that schedule to repeat as well. So if you know that Thursday nights are busy and I'm not going to be home till late, so on Thursday nights I'll set it to start at 8 and turn off at 10:30, then you have it, it's just going to automatically take care of itself. And that I really like. So there is the Scentsy Solo Air Cartridge Diffuser. If you have any other questions, or if you've tried this yourself as well, please put your comments or questions in the comments below. Other than that, hope that was helpful, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.